Oh no. Oh no. What is this? Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So today I am reviewing the infamous Manhunter, Martian Manhunter #1. So I've had this for a little bit, and I've reviewed a few issues, other other comics since I've had this because it was painful to get through. I don't I can't even believe it. It's unreal how bad this is on almost every level. The art is the #1 thing that's atrocious, but also just the story is appalling, and it's hard to even get through. You know, if I like a comic, I'll fly through it and then I'll read it again. You know, but it was like I read a couple pages and I'm like, I can't believe how bad this is. So it was written by Steve Orlando. This is the thing too; it's a good creative team. I don't get it. They had Steve Orlando wrote it, Riley Rossmo wrote it, and Sinkia did probably the coloring or lettering. So, anyways, Riley Rossmo is the artist, and oh boy, he dropped the ball on this. So, first of all, let me give credit where credit's due. One of my favorite comics from 2017 was drawn by Riley Rossmo. Okay, right there. Same team, except they had Scott Snyder. Oh, interesting. It is exactly the same team. So I knew it was Orlando, and I knew it was Rossmo. Boom! I loved Batman: The Shadow. And check it out. I mean, the art is a little unique, but dude, this is Riley Rossmo's art. The guy can draw. Let me get to a picture that had the shadow on it. But like Batman looks good. You know, you wonder when you. I didn't mean to show. Here we go. Look at that. That's dope. And I love the shadow. So I love this book. It was one of my favorites of 2017. So when I saw the same creative team on Martian Manhunter, I was like, I like Martian Manhunter. I'll check it out. But dude, like I don't even know what's going on 3/4 of the time. So it starts off, and Martian Manhunters, I guess, is I don't even know. Oh, and it says, look at this. Martian Manhunter is not a hero. That's what I want to see at the beginning of the comic. But it says, not yet. Oh, what a twist. So he's, doing his John Jones thing. He's a cop. And he's got this really strange looking... That's not even where she looks her weird. Sometimes she looks really bizarre, and you can't, there's no facial features when she's at any kind of a distance. Anyways... I guess they're a couple and they both work together too, because that's the thing that happens. And yeah, she's in the kitchen, and then there's a little joke. He talks to her telepathically, and she drops her breakfast pizza. Yes, it's pizza, and down here she says it was breakfast, which is okay. So that's a thing. So they get to the crime scene, and these people are all murdered. So we get some graphic violence, which is always fun. Oh, and then we get to a Snickers ad. And when I got to this, I was like, all right, I wish I was reading a comic about this, to be honest. Look how much better this art is in this freaking advertisement. Who even drew this? Does it say? Oh, maybe it does. No, it just says characters are property of DC Comics. Yeah, I think I knew that. So anyways, I covered this before because this ad repeats, but the Justice League fights this monster, and then they give him a Snickers, and check it out. Look at that little guy. I would rather read a comic about him than the Martian Manhunter. At this point, so crime scene, he's tripping out. Gosh, and I don't know, the stylistic choices on the art and the pacing and stuff too, it's pretty boring. They're just standing around talking. Oh, actually, though, if I remember right, this is actually one of the better parts. There was a couple pages here where I started to actually get into it. Yeah, so he kind of splits off from the group, and this is when it got to be kind of good, like a detective comic. Like, if it was just him, and sure, have the lady, but draw her so she looks like a human. And, it's him, and he's investigating the daughter's room, and he notices there's all these differences, and they'd been wondering about one of the pets, and he finds out it's the iguana. And he's using his senses, because he's the Martian Manhunter, so he can sense, like, the people that were there and some of the things that happened and the attacker. So, yeah, this is good stuff for, like, 2-3 pages. And then, right when I was getting into it, the scene changes. Oh boy. So now we're on Mars, which I imagine this is what they were thinking when they put Riley Rossmo on here and told him he didn't have to draw as good as he can, is that it's going to be aliens. Aliens are crazy and weird. It doesn't matter how they look. It kind of does, though, because this comic took me 3 times longer than it needed to be to read because I didn't know what was going on. And to this moment, I still am not really sure what this stuff has to do with what comes after this, honestly. And one thing, too, though, I really like big cityscape scenes. And, like ruins and architecture and stuff. One of the things I really liked, which they didn't do very much of, but one thing I liked about the Immortal Men was Jim Lee drawing the campus that the Immortal Men lived on, and it had pyramids and stuff, and he drew it really well. This is okay. It's okay. But the actual, like, what the aliens look like and stuff is not great. So then, we're introduced, to the Manhunter. So this particular panel looks pretty alright. You get the view of him, you're looking up at him, and yeah, he's just mercilessly beating up this guy because he wants money that the guy owes him, that's cool, I guess. And then you get all this, like, racist dialogue, too. Like, he's talking about he's a yellow, or what is it, a gold skin, and then there's the white skins, and then John Jones is a green skin. And there's all this, like, racial drama between the different groups, I guess. So it's pleasant. I guess I don't know, maybe it's social commentary, but it didn't really seem like it. And yeah, even John Jones here, he's talking telepathically to this guy who's setting up fights, like illegal fighting. And the Martian Manhunter is saying he's going to crack down on him, but then the guy's like, well, then who would launder your money for you? So it's just like, okay, so Martian Manhunter isn't a good guy, at least in the first issue. And then we get to the unspeakable stuff. I don't know if I want to show you guys. It's pretty cringy. All right. This is how the comic book ends. He gets home. Oh, actually, that isn't the very end. I wish it was the end. He gets home to his wife, and they have some very bizarre Martian sex, which is, if you can't tell, which I couldn't, the dialogue tells you, but that's what this whole page is. If you've ever wondered, now you know. And then we're back to them being detectives, and they're driving home, and he crashes the car and catches on fire because the one thing everyone knows about Martian Manhunter is he's weak to fire. And apparently she didn't know who he was, and his fire gives him away. So, yeah, that's the end of the issue. We have to wait until issue 2 to find out more. But, yeah, that's Martian Manhunter #1. I read House of Mystery, like a random one. It was like 157 or something. I don't remember. Maybe it was 57, actually. But anyways, a random House of Mystery from back in the day had much better art and much better story. Martian Manhunter was actually a hero and did a lot of good stuff. Ugh, this was bad. I honestly wish I hadn't purchased this. I'm not going to tear it up. I mean, it's cool. I mean, people that do that, that's cool. They can do whatever they want. I just don't like destroy stuff, really. Like, I could give this away to someone, I guess. I mean, there's probably someone out there who would want this, but oof. I mean, this is a DC comic. So, let's just wish that the Snickers ad was the whole book. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. On a lighter note, check out Batman the Shadow from 2017 if you didn't. Same creative team as this book, and it's a much, much better book. I would recommend actually buying this one and not buying Martian Manhunter #1. All right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. And as always, thank you for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.